Hi, this is a repro of an issue I was seeing with user widgets related to native code. So I've created a user widget subclass called test user widget and added one new property that's edit anywhere and blueprint rewritable. It's just an image called test native. So if I go into the editor and create a new user widget from that, so test user widget. So I can create my new widget, test WP, test user widget. And if I create this widget and then in the editor, let's just make it visible. I'll just add a button to it just so you can see it. Okay, and compile this. Compile is great, and I can see my test user widget image here. Now I'm going to add this widget to another user widget. So let's make another user widget called user widget. We'll just name this WP test widget wrapper. So now if I add my widget to this widget, so WP test user widget, drag it into the canvas here, I'll just center it, wrap it in a canvas panel. So if I center this guy, I can see in the editor I have my test native variable here, and I want to assign that to an image. So I'll place an image in the canvas panel as well. And what I want to do is I want to assign that variable here to my widget. So test native, it doesn't assign, which is strange. So even if I compile, no dice. Now if I go back to the test user widget and if I add another variable, so let's add another image, we'll call it test BP, since this is the blueprint version of the variable, and we'll call this image. So compile that. Ostensibly these are set up the exact same because I want to make this instance editable, and now I should be able to see that in my blueprint here. So let's see. Test. So there we go, test BP and test native. So this one I cannot set to the image, but this one sets fine. And it works great. So I don't understand what the difference between these two is. And I've even gone so far as to generate native code from this. So if I generate native code, it's going to go into this path here. So I'll just copy that. Oops. So generate the code. So it created this C++ file, and it also created a header file, which I will bring over into the editor. So here's my test user widget header file. And if I look for that test BP, it's got pretty much the same metadata specifiers as my native class. So both of them were edit anywhere, both of them were blueprint read write, and these are just categories and things like that. So I'm not quite sure what the difference is, but for whatever reason, in the editor it's pretty clear that the blueprint version of the variable can be set on the instance, but the native version cannot be.